I'm outer space, how come it beats? I pass the same, but we got very, very different dreams. She said, all she really wants is an equal pay. He said, we are different and we will not go away. They said, if you think that there is some big agenda, take one step in those stilettos, you might surrender. So we manifest, 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 who man I'm blessed, manifest, who man I'm blessed, manifest, who a man I'm blessed, manifest, who a man I'm blessed. Yeah, and then it was like a thing that was in my life, cause I just believed that it could be there, and then I manifested it. It was like the coolest thing that I'd ever done, and I realized that I was more powerful than I had ever realized before. You chasing insecurity, your pretty bees don't work for me. This one right here don't work for free. Hercules, Hercules. She said, self-made, you self-play. I do it all day, by myself, babe. He said, I don't need a display. Hands up high, we pray. Thank you, God, for this life I got today. Now we manifest, 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 who man I'm blessed, manifest, who man I'm blessed, manifest, who man I'm blessed, manifest, who man I'm blessed. Ah.
Yeah. I'm back with one more affirmation.
Straight facts. Joe Biden's in.
Now manifest. Now manifest. Now manifest. Good God, good love, good company. Abundance, yeah, I got plenty. I'm outer space, how come it beats? I pass the same, but we got very, very different dreams. She said, all she really wants is an equal pay. He said, we are different and we will not go away. They said, if you think that there is some big agenda, take one step in those stilettos, you might surrender. So we manifest, 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 who man I'm blessed, manifest, who man I'm blessed, manifest, who a man I'm blessed, manifest, who a man I'm blessed. Yeah, and then it was like a thing that was in my life, cause I just believed that it could be there, and then I manifested it. It was like the coolest thing that I'd ever done, and I realized that I was more powerful than I had ever realized before. You chasing insecurity, your pretty bees don't work for me. This one right here don't work for free. Hercules, Hercules. She said, self-made, you self-play. I do it all day, by myself, babe. He said, I don't need a display. Hands up high, we pray. Thank you, God, for this life I got today. Now we manifest, 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 who man I'm blessed, manifest, who man I'm blessed, manifest, who a man I'm blessed, manifest, who a man I'm blessed. Ah.
We are here to have a conversation with you from two people who have gone through the abusive relationships, who have gone through the insecurities, who've been around the narcissistic people. We've been on this journey to do our work, to be committed, to dedicated, and we share this information with you. So do yourself a favor, take notes, take some deep breaths, and we can have these conversations. Hello, darling. How are you doing?
Hello, and thank you for your patience, because guess what? We are streaming live right now in our private Facebook group. So if you have gone up and signed right here with the lovely our bio links, go into it. You'll find out Jenick, Jenick. That's Jen and Nikki together. You're going to see us, and we're going to have our Instagram, everything. We're also live on Telegram right now. So thank you so much for all being here. And if you miss these, guess what? You can actually go and watch it again on our Facebook group. That's part of being the Soul Family. So please join the conversation as we get into what we've been talking about all day today. And I'm sure he's been getting into it as well, of the power of letting go of control. That has been the loudest message I am hearing through the retrogrades right now. So how to take your power back and realizing that you thinking holding control right now, you controlling every step is actually messing everything up. And that's why things are not working out. So we're going to get into that conversation today. So I'm excited. And I made a lovely blog this morning that I'm going to touch base with too, in the Janik method of tea time, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see how well you've been listening. And thank you so much for being here.
Man, I want to start off because I wanted to share this with people, but I felt like it would be better if you were here. So for example, T, by the way, TEA stands for your thoughts. Like, what's the thought? When you're irritated, please, will you take notes? This is going to change your life. And this is like the simplest thing. And if you rock with me, you know that I like simple, powerful things that I can take with me.
I'm just going to go. Our boys are learning how to make things go live. So I'm going to go teach them something real fast, but I'll be right back. You keep talking.
Okay. So T is for thoughts, your thoughts. E is for emotions. Your thoughts lead to your emotions. From there, based off of your emotion, this is so good. Thank you for the love. Thank you. And then after you feel the emotion, whether you realize it or not, you take an action. You take an action or an inaction, which is still an action. Okay. So today, for example, I can share this because she was there with me and she told me to keep on. I want to keep on making sure that we keep on keeping on in a keep on keeping on game. Okay. So small example. We're going on a walk. We're doing this. We're building our podcast. Okay. Because a lot of people are asking for it because they want to have more deep dives, and I got you and we got you. Okay. So we're working on that. So we've been walking with the kids. They've been walking more regularly. And we brought our dog with us. Now, we had to get him a special kind of collar. He's a service animal. He cares about the kids. He's very, very empathic, and he's very vocal when he's out in public, and he sounds like Chewbacca, okay? There's no other way to say it. And so while we're going on this walk, and we're having a conversation, we have these earpieces, or these microphones, we have these lavaliers that are with us, and the dog just starts doing his yodeling Chewbacca noise.
And it's literally like, and yeah, just wanted to give an example. You'll hear it in the podcast.
Really crazy. It really does sound like that. It sounds really, really, really wild. And so easily, for example, just to give you an idea of where my mind goes to, easily, if I felt like I'm not seen or I'm not heard, or my voice doesn't matter because I spoke up to my dad or my mom, or I told them something and they told me to be quiet, or they spoke to me in a nasty way, and then I created a story and a lie and a belief that my voice doesn't matter, I can get so irritated that dog is making that noise regardless. That's how wild it is to be human. Okay? So instead, I call it out. We talk about it on the podcast. We talk about it while we're talking about it. He's right next to me too, so you can, if you hear any jingling or any scratching like that, he's a boxador. Boxers have allergies from time to time. It is so quick how you can be in a good mood, and there is a formula how you go from being in a good mood, then something happens, and then you have a loss of power. So my thought was, the T, thank you. The T is, my thought is, this dog is not aware, and when I'm speaking, people are not going to hear me. My emotion becomes anxious. Then while that's happening, then a swarm of like young kids come around and they want to pet the dog, and now my anxiety is doubled. So my action is I emotionally go into introvert mode. I stop.
Into this for sure. I was just gonna say.
Yeah, I go into introvert mode. I go into, I'm not going to do the human interaction thing. Like, I'm going to get out of this space because I'm feeling overwhelmed by energy. And then I could easily, if I wasn't doing any work, I could easily keep going down that path, right? So because I'm aware of this, I can then turn this into a game and make it fun and say, how much can I choose to be in this moment right now? Where can I be grateful for? I'm so grateful that we have a loving dog. I'm so grateful that I'm raising 3 children. I'm so grateful I have a wife with solutions. I'm so grateful that I have options and possibilities, and I have my health, and I can communicate with somebody and I trust them. I'm grateful that I'm out in nature, because I remember when I lived in Manhattan and the only nature I had was Central Park, right? Gratitude, 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 gratitude. I deep breathe like I told you to do. I'm breathing in gratitude. I'm breathing in that energy of I'm choosing to be here. Then from there, my action becomes I'm able to be, or my emotion becomes I'm able to be in gratitude. And then from there, the action, TEA, the action becomes I can now be more present in this conversation. I can slow down in this conversation. I can notice where the agitation is and I can find solutions. And then from there, the walk became more enjoyable. I felt more connected to my wife. My blood pressure and everything stays regulated. I stay healthy. And then I can actually have the gratitude to come onto TikTok and live stream. Whereas if I wasn't doing the work, I would have been overwhelmed. I would have been frustrated. The kids would have irritated me. Everything would have irritated me. Then I go down the irritation algorithm, and and then we don't get to have this conversation. Drop an
Exactly.
emoji and say yes if you get this concept. TEA.
Exactly. Yeah, it's tea time. And again, if you are not part of our Facebook group where we are putting out blogs like this has been the main conversation today on how to actually create this tea time for you. We want you to, whatever you do in the morning when you have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or whatever you like to make you sit down for a scenic, my mind. It's ending today. It's like it's bedtime. Okay, let's restart that. ADHD, you guys understand this. Okay. If you get to that point, right, where you're seeing your aggravation coming to the surface, how are you checking in with yourself? And did you check in right at the beginning of the day to see how the day is going for you? And I mean it, like sitting down, you have your cup of coffee, have your cup of tea or whatever your fancy is.
I'm into guarana powder, by the way.
Yeah,
Guarana powder. I
group page. I'm gonna put a link. We got it off of Amazon. I'm gonna put a link on there so you guys can try this out. It is amazing. I took it for the first time today, and I noticed I had a lot of energy, and I also needed to eat because it made me a little shaky because it's natural caffeine. But we're not getting distracted. We're having whatever drink makes you happy, okay? And when you're doing that, you're grounding yourself. You're centering yourself for the day, and you're going to practice tea time where you're going to stop and you're going to think about that thought. I feel a little agitated today. That's my emotion. I feel frustrated. I feel really calm and relaxed. How are you starting your day off? Did you have a bad dream? Is it showing up in your emotions right now because maybe your subconscious was trying to scream at you about something that it really wants you to work through, and it's bringing some trauma to the surface? What are you dealing with right in the morning? Right then, you're going to check in with yourself, and you're going to have that, even if it's just a glass of water, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, I didn't hear what you said.
I'm saying take notes. I'm telling people take notes. This is going to change your life. Okay, This is going to be a shorter live stream because we've been going all day. Take notes. This is good.
And if not, please go to if you're on TikTok right now, that's where we're hosting the mainstream. But we're also going to put if you're not, you're in our Facebook group page right now watching this, and you get to go back to it later if you want to take notes and review it. That's a part of being our group.
And somebody was asking, and I was just on the fly, so now that we have a chance to vocalize it, the link for it is in the Janik on my profile, and it's also called, if you search it in the search engine on Facebook, it's Janik and family, right? Correct?
Yeah, it's Janik and family. Again, if you go to the link in our bios, it says Janik pages. That has all of it there. It has our Instagram, it has our Facebook page, and it has the group page. So go to the group, say yes, you'd like to be a part. We'll approve you. We do daily blogs every day. And now these live feeds will be able to be on there if you've missed us, because we know we have a hard time with keeping up with the stream. So, and thank you everybody who's donating gifts. Shama Mama Squad, we were so close. We were so close. Okay. So we're checking in with ourselves, right? And by the way, any donations that are coming in right now, I'm putting them right to One Source Action, our nonprofit. So thank you for your donation today. And when Nikki's talking, I'll drop in both of the chats our EIN number, so you get a nice text right off for that too. For spreading the love, ladies and gentlemen. So anyways, sit down, checking in with yourself. This is what I want you to start practicing tomorrow. If you don't start practicing it tomorrow, don't you be like, oh my God, I'm so bad. Shame on me. Oh, thank you, Sierra.
Hey.
Wow. I don't want you to beat yourself up. We're practicing, okay? We're taking baby steps. We're doing the best we can, but try to make it a goal tomorrow. When you get up, you have your cup of coffee, tea, a glass of water, whatever. Water is very grounding. Water is life. We all come from water. It's very good to at least have a glass of water. Sit down, notice your emotions. If your emotions are already off the rocket,
I'll let
right?
this dog out. He's giving me the puppy dog eyes.
Oh, yeah, you go give it to him. So if you're feeling like I'm already off today, it's time to check in. What are these emotions connected to? Again, if it was connected to a dream, then you want to slow down and you want to look at that dream and what was it communicating to you? What did it remind you of? Bring the information to the surface. It's your chance. It's your opportunity to heal something. It's there for you. It's not against you. I promise. You've already been to that hard place. So you can't get hurt by it again. But what you can do, it's like opening a good book and reviewing your notes that you put in as you studied something or you read something and you highlighted it. Why? Ask yourself why and start connecting and bringing that shadow work up. So after you do that, you go on with your day. You go check in with your day, right? You're just grooving and moving. And then lunchtime, you're going to eat, you're going to drink. If you're not, you're going to try to make this a routine now, because this is a healthy part of your daily routine. Keeping that gut healthy, that mind healthy, it's all connected. So that's why we're going to be doing our podcast now, why we're doing walks, and you'll get to see visions of what we're seeing, but also hear the conversation. So we're getting our exercise and you can go with us and motivate you to do it too. Okay.
Wow, I just got a meteor shower. Thank you for that.
CTP over there. Look at it. That's a donation.
Love
for
to
the
a Scorpio.
but I love that.
That was
Thank you.
bonkers. Thank you.
Okay, Shama Mama Squad, we got this. We got this. 2 more minutes. Okay, so you want to check in at lunchtime too. How am I doing? You know, am I still working through what I picked up on in the morning? Did something in the afternoon upset me or trigger me? Or I'm feeling pretty good. I'm keeping my emotions in check.
And amplify the gratitude. And also in those moments, this is a big note. When you're feeling good, when life is working, take photographs, take videos in your mind so you can connect with that feeling, so you can connect with that energy in moments where the gratitude is not showing up. I do this all the time when I don't like how I feel. I have memories I can go to.
And there's going to be some podcast pieces released on our Janik and family page here on TikTok soon of what we're recording, and we'll have videos attached, but the full podcast will be on our YouTube channel, which if you miss this, you'll catch it on YouTube as well. Okay. So after lunch, you're going to go on with your day. You did your check-in. What are my emotions? What thoughts are connected to that? I'm going to sit down and have my tea time. My tea time is me time. It's my time, right?
Thought, emotions, actions. By the way, you can always set reminders on your phone 4 check-ins automated so that you can stop like writing down and pretending like you're going to memorize that. Okay, you can use your technology every single day to have a check-in at a certain time.
Exactly. So use it for your benefit. Tea time is me time. Thank you so much for a kiss from me to you. Put in here thoughts. T equals thoughts. E equals emotions. And the A equals your actions. This is how you're going to let go of that little control bug. That little control bug that, thank you so much. That part of you where you think, oh, me controlling this right now is going to fix all of this. It keeps being challenged, doesn't it? Every time your plans change.
Or people's responses aren't what you want them to be. You're still controlling the situation. You're not taking the time to be a leader and to understand where their mind is going to.
Good job, Heather, in downloading. She said she just downloaded a check-in app. I love that. Find the thing that speaks for you and how to do it, okay? You've got this. So checking in at lunchtime or when you sit down and take, if you are not taking 5 minutes for yourself in the afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, let's start making that a priority, right? Tea time equals me time.
I believe it was the great DJ Khaled who said, congratulations, you played yourself. Okay, so checking in with yourself so that you can see where your thoughts going to, who's been irritating you. Like a shaman will tell you, what is it connected to? What's a moment in your life that it reminds you of? And is that still your story? Wow, shout out to Antonio for the glowing jellyfish.
Oh,
Thank you.
Beautiful.
All right, keep going,
Okay.
darling, keep going.
So after that, do you think we're going to do it next? When is going to be the third intake time when we're going? How did I make it through the whole day?
I
Yeah.
would do it before hanging out with my wife and my kids. I would do it before like I went to sleep, like definitely sometime at nighttime where you're feeling emotional to let yourself know you did enough today.
that. Doing a self check-in if you're just coming home and you're driving home, and maybe you picked yourself up a coffee or something you're drinking while you're doing that grounding time and coming home without the kids screaming, the boss calling, the next job you need to go to, or whatever you need to answer for your job, right? Doing that mental check-in on a 30-minute, hour drive home, whatever it is for you. If you don't have that and you're a stay-at-home mom like myself while being a CEO and all that jazz, right? I would take that time. Now, some of us moms, and probably dads in here too, but I just can speak as his mom, and I saw another mom put in here, like, I can't even hide in the bathroom for 5 minutes for my child. Nikki will tell you, our dog, the cat follows me. It's every time. Like, as soon as I say I'm just going to go to the bathroom or I'm going to go take a shower for myself, it's like World War III starts. I hear you, sister, but guess what? I have learned that, you know what? You're going to survive. This isn't a mandatory thing. Like, I understand you're having a disagreement with your brother. I have broken up about 10 fights today. All of them have had the same subject of what you guys are working on. So I think I've said it enough times now, and now it's for you to think about it and practice it.
And let me share something I've been sharing with clients, that like this is your time to be unreasonable with your old logic. Please write this down because I want you to do a deep dive on this. Be unreasonable with your trauma. Be unreasonable with that part of yourself. Show the universe, show God, show the higher power that you believe in, that even if I have 3 seconds and I work 23 hours and 57 seconds, I'm going to check in with myself and be like, wow, for 3 seconds and be like, wow, I should really, really get a different job or ask for somebody to trade shifts with me because this is crazy. The more impossible that doing that thing that you want to do feels, but you know that it's going to make you feel good, you must be unreasonable with that part of you that says, I can only get attention when I talk to my friends. Hey, thank you for the jellyfish. I can only get attention when I'm suffering. I can only get attention from people when my life is hard. I can only get attention when nobody understands me. I can only get attention when I'm angry. The only way that mom and dad ever gave gave me attention was when I was being attacked, was when I was quiet, when I was crying, when I was screaming. And now you are still at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, still carrying that belief with you. It's time to donate that to the Goodwill or to Larry down the street or to throw it in the incinerator and set it on fire, because now you can get attention for just being yourself. We've always seen you. It's time for you to see yourself. Congratulations. You're beautiful. Thank you.
I really hope
$10,000.
you're listening to this, and I really hope you're taking notes, because I promise you, this is the secret to it all. Slowing down and letting go of the control. You know, if you've ever been through AA or had anybody in your life, the serenity prayer, how does it start? God grant me, right? How does it go? The things to know what I can control and what I can't control. And you know what? The one thing is that you can control out of all the things in the world. You can't control the weather. You can't control how your mom's going to react to you. You can't control how the next door neighbor is going to take care of their yard. You can't control any of these things. You can't control your kid having a fit in the middle of Walmart. But you know what you can control is your thoughts. You can control your thoughts. And that's why it's so important to have this tea time for you, whatever that may look like. And yes, if it's hiding or take a shower, they bother me a lot less when I take a shower.
Yep.
And then I'm taking my sweet time in there. I'm going to scrub my body. I'm going to release the energy that I no longer need and have the water carry that off. I'm going to sing my songs and work on my vagus nerve. And I'm going to put on a cold shower at the end to work on my vagus nerve. It also helps your skin. And it also helps you release stress, which releases inflammation in your body.
And also really right now, this is where it's time to set stronger boundaries. And really the way that I operate is vulnerability. So like I call everything out, where it's like, for example, let's say that you're in a relationship and the relationship doesn't respect your boundaries and doesn't respect your need for privacy and constantly wants you to be on all the time. Where I go to is I actually need to have more time for myself because I'm starting to resent myself. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. I'm starting to resent myself. That has nothing to do with you. However, I am going to be spending 30 more minutes with myself every single day, or 15 minutes or 1 hour or whatever in reflection time, so I don't take out my resentment on you. Thank you so much for understanding that. Thank you for understanding that. And I'm not going to be passive aggressive, and I'm not going to be mean, and I'm not going to be nasty. I'm going to be very centered when I communicate that. And if you have children, you're going to tell your children this. When I say coconut, that means that I need 30 seconds to myself. When, like, my wife and I, if I'm not paying attention, she says bulldog because I love bulldogs. And I go, okay, because there's 3 children that we're raising and there's different things that are going on. So for every part of you that says you don't understand me and I can't do that, I'm going to bounce back and I'm going to tell you should hang out with my wife, who left an abusive relationship while having 2 children and a child when pregnancy, and didn't have the financial means for it. And I didn't have the financial means to get out of my abusive relationship, and it didn't really make sense to do it. I did it, and we did it anyway. There was always a solution. The thing that you have to get over, and more so nurture, is that people are not going to like when you take care of yourself, because they've been depending on you like their servant, like their maid, like their therapist, and that's not fair for you. And all of that stems from where, darling? Where does that stem from? Why did we need to fix people and be a savior for everybody?
Childhood, inner child wounds, parent issue, you have father and mother wounds. Shadows get created from that because, hey, nobody else dealt with it around us, so why? I don't know how to deal with it. I never got taught, so I'm just going to shove it down too and not deal with it. This is the old way. And if you follow me and you know the astrology that I've been teaching you, Pluto moving into Aquarius is going to challenge all of this. It is going to be a spiritual battle and a mental battle. You're doing the prep work right now. You're doing the part where when everything goes chaotic, you're like, you know what? There's a solution to everything, and I'm going to be just fine. I might need to take a deep breath. I might need to take a break. I might need to do some to others.
We might have to do somebody else's job. You
Mhm.
might have to rise to the occasion and walk uphill both ways like your grandparents talked about. I paid my dues, and we're doing that without any kind of validation. We're doing that without any kind of expectation. We're doing it because we have faith, and that way when we get the money, when we get the team, when we get the relationship, we have compassion, we have grace, we have intuition, we have
We're finally gonna
awareness.
accept the love for ourselves. If you
Mhm.
did all that hard work, then and that mainly is inward. It has nothing to do with the stuff you're doing outward. That is part of it. But if it's not clear inside your head, I'm telling you, it is not going to act right outward. You need to have the inward space, the you time, the part of you understanding what you like, what you don't like. You need to get all of that clear inside you. If you've been through some really crappy relationships, well, here's your sign. It's time to take time for you and realize why you keep